You both said today that you love each other, and I believe it. But I'm trying to tell you, love is not enough for a successful marriage. There's so many other things that go in it. It's not just about you anymore.
Here is today's case.
Jordan and Taquan have been together for 2 years. After meeting on a popular app, they started hanging out daily and moved in shortly thereafter. She looked forward to marriage and kids until she recently found out a startling secret Taquan was keeping from her. Jordan now claims she cannot trust Taquan and is ready to end the relationship today in divorce court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Nollie versus Long.
Thank you, Juan. Jordan Nollie.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. Taquan Long.
Yes, Your Honor.
To court today. You are suing him for $2,790. That is 6 months of back rent.
Yes.
I understand the two of you were living together. You've been in a relationship for the last 2 years, but now there are a number of issues that have brought you to divorce court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll hear from you first, ma'am.
I'm here today because the man standing next to me, I'm not sure I know anymore. We've been together for 2 years, a little over 2 years now, and everything was perfect in the beginning, but little things and little lies and deceit has made me reconsider our whole relationship. On top of it all, he owes me money, which I have yet to see from him. So I just don't know about this relationship anymore.
Sir, what do you have to say about that?
She's really been making my life a living hell this last couple months.
Okay.
Like she said, everything was good in the beginning, and these last couple months, she's become very insecure, just want to argue, and every time I walk in the house, she want to ask me for money. You know, it's just a lot of problems, and it's becoming too much.
So it's problems on your side, too?
Yes, yes.
How did the two of you meet, sir?
We met on Instagram about 2 years ago. I was in her DM, and I messaged her a couple times, you know. Took her a while to message me back, and then she finally did, and we actually went on a date. And like from the day we went on a date, we just started hanging out every day. We was together like every day since the first time we met.
How come it took you so long to respond to his DMs?
I just wasn't really looking for anything as far as a relationship-wise, but he would always comment under my pictures and always blow me up. So one day I finally decided, okay, I'll give him a chance. I'll go to the restaurant with him.
Was there a certain ratio of likes he had to get to on your photos before you responded?
I really want him to like everyone, but you know, hey.
So the two of you met, you go out on a date, you both like each other. How soon after that do you decide to move in together?
Well, I didn't realize that he had moved in until he left his PlayStation at my house, which then I kind of figured out, okay, no dude's leaving his PlayStation at a girl's house. He don't plan on living there. But slowly but surely started leaving clothes and shoes and...
So he was staying over there every night?
He was staying over there every night, yeah. So I didn't realize he had moved in until all of his belongings were over there.
So it got to a point to where he just wasn't leaving?
Yes. Slowly but surely, my place became his place.
And did he give up his place at some point?
Yes.
So you said a couple of months ago, everything changed. She's now become controlling, insecure, bossy, all of these things. I mean, it's been a couple of years. You didn't see this side of her before?
No, Your Honor. I just seen this part of her. You know, she says I owe her this money, and when that situation happened, that's when really everything came about.
What happened 2 months ago?
I just went snooping around, and I had seen an amusement park receipt. There were 3 amusement park cards that I had seen. So when I had questioned him about it, he had told me he was with his friends. But I know all of his friends, so I hadn't seen them online post anything about going to the amusement park, and everybody uses Snapchat and Instagram and all these
So if they didn't post it, you knew it wasn't true?
Yeah, they didn't post anything, so I knew they didn't go.
The two of you have been together for 2 years. Were you consistently going through his phone, or this was the first time this happened?
Yeah, I was doing laundry one day, and I always check the pockets first before I put it in the wash, and that's when I came about the receipt. So after that, I was like, something's wrong, something's off. So then that's when I decided to go through his phone while he was sleeping to see if he took any pictures from that day. And I did come across some pictures at the amusement park, but it wasn't what he had told me it was. It wasn't his 3 friends.
I'm a little nervous. What did you see?
So Mr. Long was with 2 small children. I'm thinking, whose kids are these in the picture? So when I had questioned him about it, he said, oh, they're just my friend's kids. They were with me at the amusement park, but I'm Like, why are you taking pictures with your friends' kids? That's a little weird. So finally, he ended up telling me that was a lie, and it was his children, which I was not prepared for at all, and I didn't sign up for that.
And this was how you found out?
Yes.
By finding photos in his phone?
Yes.
So you never saw nothing to indicate that he had young children, because these were young kids?
Yeah.
Never saw any signs of that?
I never saw
No
any
car
signs.
seats?
No.
No sippy cups?
Nope.
No goldfish?
No goldfish.
Wow.
Nothing. There was no pictures even on his Instagram. Most people post their pictures of their kids on their social media. There was nothing there. That's
Your
why.
Honor,
Yes,
may
Mr.
I
Long.
talk?
Yes.
It wasn't the right time for me to tell her that I had kids because there was a lot of stuff going on. Now, how I know how Jordan is.
Okay, so that's when you met. You may not want to drop that information on a young lady when you first meet because, you know, having children is a lot of responsibility, and both of you are really young. You're 24 and 21 now. So this was 2 years ago. But over the course of 2 years, think about all the holidays. Were you seeing your kids over
Yeah,
the course of 2 years?
I was going to see my kids. So
How were you doing that? How often were you seeing them?
I would see them maybe once a week, but I got 2 kids. They're from 2 different women, so I would see one on Monday and one on Thursday. It was during daytime, so, you know, nothing ever really happened in our relationship, so she never would expect me to, you know, be doing nothing. And, you know,
What about holidays? What about, do you celebrate Christmas? Do you observe Christmas?
Yeah, I would see them on some holidays. Like, you know, we would travel back and forth where we live, and I'd, you know, go off with my friends, or say I'm going off with my friends. I go, you know, I have gifts. I already have them sent and stuff like that. I was seeing my kids quite a few.
But at some point over the course of 2 years, and I would say no more than 6 months in, tell people who you really are. Does she even know you? Because she doesn't know a huge part of your life.
He has a savings account. He said it was an emergency account. An emergency also is, hey, you lost your job, I need help with the bills too.
That's not it.
Her finding out about this secret savings account, another secret, she's peeling back these layers now. And everything she knows about this relationship and about you, it's unraveling. How do you carry this secret for 2 years? How do you live this double life?
Well, I was trying to sort out the thing where I could have my kids around Jordan, you know, where it wouldn't be no problems. And Jordan is not the type of person where you could just, you know, you could tell. If I would have told her about my kids in the beginning, it would have been a whole mess. You know, that's how she is. You know, she.
Well, it wouldn't have worked, but it would have been honest.
Yeah, but she would. But it just
so
would have
you
made
pay
things
now,
worse.
back then, or you pay later. What's worse for you? Because what's happening is you've paid later.
You could have told me in the beginning. He had plenty of opportunity. 2 years is a long time, and that's just the principle about it.
Mr. Long, these children are a part of who you are. They are a part of your life. And as you go and navigate your life, you're trying to balance being a young father with also being single and dating. You have to own the fact that you've had 2 children, and it's a part of who you are. You can't deny them and then ask someone to love you when they don't know who you are and all that you encompass, as you say you are a loving and caring father, and that is a part of you. So you can't deny them and have that part of you be the front and center. So what's been happening these last 2 months since she found out?
I mean, it's really been hard at home. Like, at first, I didn't have a job when COVID happened and stuff like that.
I don't disparage you in any way for losing your job because of COVID. A lot of people did. But what do you say has been happening in the household the last 2 months?
It's been rough. I mean, we've been arguing nonstop about the money situation. He's been sleeping on the couch.
It's really been her that's been mad about it.
But you're not upset about the money?
I am upset about the money.
Why?
And I'm upset about the kids.
None of this happened until, you know, she found out I had kids. The whole time, you know, I didn't have a job and everything. We never argued or anything. The day she found out I had kids is the day she started throwing this money situation in my face.
What was she saying to you?
She was just like, every time I come home, hey, give me this money, give me this money. And like, you know, I get paid every week. I get paid on Thursdays. And every Thursday I walk in the house. I mean, I don't get no kiss, you know, I don't get no hug. I don't get any of that. I don't get no food on the stove. And as soon as I walk in the house, it's, hey, you gonna give me that money? I'm like, my check nowhere near $2,700.
Let me ask you this question. You want him to now pay 6 months of rent he wasn't paying because you figured he has been spending the money on other things,
elsewhere,
and you've been footing the bill for the rent.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Correct. Well, basically, we both worked at a restaurant together, and we had both lost our jobs in March. But I had family members helping me out and little side gigs that I would do for money, and he didn't have anything. So for all I knew, he didn't have any money at all. So when I came across that receipt and seeing how much he had spent, it made me realize, where's this money come from? Because I'm the one with the money in the house. You know, I've been paying all the bills in the house for the last 6 months. Where's the money coming from that you've been using for your kids? You've obviously been sneaking out doing that for quite a while. So I don't think it's fair that I have paid all the rent. I had asked him, I said, where are you getting this money from? And he finally told me he has a savings account that he had been putting money in there when his job was still in the restaurant job. So he had money saved up he was using. He said it was an emergency account. And I understand that your kids are important to you, but an emergency also is, hey, you lost your job, I need help with the bills too.
That's not an emergency.
Yes, it is.
That's not an emergency.
It is.
You say that's not an emergency, but it is, because you have a responsibility too to contribute to the two of you having a roof over your head. And so the point is her finding out about this secret savings account, another secret. She's peeling back these layers now. And everything she knows about this relationship and about you, it's unraveling, because you do have money that you save, but it's not contributing to the household and the rent. So you can make the argument that during these 6 months, because she's paying all the household bill, that she's actually supporting you while you support your children.
She has really, really bad trust issues. Really bad.
You don't
trust
say.
issues. I have a curfew.
As you should.
Every day.
What is that curfew now?
I have to be in my house at 12 o'clock.
I think that's reasonable.
Mr. Long, you know what this is? That's me playing the world's smallest violin for you. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. Where do we go from here? There is, unsurprisingly, a lack of trust. And tell me what that's been like.
Well, about the separate bank account, every guy, I'm sure, has an account that his wife don't know about. You know, like at my job, like
Well,
some
hold
people
on a
have.
second.
Let me talk, Your Honor, please.
One, do you have an account that your wife does not know about?
Don't put him on the spot like
Okay,
that. No, absolutely not.
So you
Absolutely
don't
not.
have a
Okay,
Absolutely
when
so
not.
you put money on
he's
the
a
side or
guy and
something,
he
right?
does not. So every guy does not.
Does not.
Most
Let's
guys.
clarify that.
Most guys, Your Honor. You know, put money on the side. Like at my job now, you know, we get bonuses. And none of the guys at my job tell their wife they get bonuses at my job. Nobody.
I don't have
it's
a
just
separate account,
money on
no.
the side, you know. So
Let me explain something to you, Mr. Long. You know, when you use that money on the side, when you get laid off from your job and the rent is due.
Okay.
That's when you use
Your
that
Honor,
money on the side if you're going to have some.
she has really, really bad trust issues. Really bad.
You don't
trust
say.
issues. Trust issues, insecurity. I mean, it's bad. You know, I have a curfew
As you should.
every day.
What is that curfew now?
So I have to be in my house at 12 o'clock.
I think that's
or what?
reasonable.
So let me tell you this story, right? So my friends had a birthday party, and I ended up, you know, staying late. She steady blowing me up, calling me 30, 40 times, texting me, hey, pick up this phone, pick up this phone. I'm gonna leave you, I'm gonna have your stuff outside, blah, blah, all this stuff, like all kind of crazy stuff. So I finally answered the phone. I'm like, hey, you know, if you don't stop calling, I'm gonna block you. So I ended up leaving my house key at home. So I got home, I'm knocking on the door, she's not coming to the door, and there's no way I can get in my house. So I had to go around the back of the apartment building, and I had to climb up our balcony. And on the way climbing up the balcony, I fell and hurt my arm.
Oh.
And so I had to get back up and climb up the balcony again. I finally got out, only because I left the balcony door open.
Mr. Long, you know what this is? That's me playing the world's smallest violin for you. You have made a bed right now that you are lying in
Yes.
for the one simple reason that you didn't want to tell the truth
Well, I'm here
in the
today to try
beginning
to
of your
solve this, 'cause
relationship.
I can't
You're here
keep doing
because
this.
she became Inspector Gadget and figured it out. You never actually came clean and told the truth. That's another strike against the trust in your relationship. Let me see the text messages. She's texting you, where are you and when are you coming home?
That's not even all of it.
I'll be home soon. When? What time? Where are you and who are you with? Are you going to respond? You ask her, why you tripping? I told you I'm out with the boys and I'll be home later. And she responds, you need to come home now. So, I'm going to tell you what's happening here. She was blindsided and felt very betrayed by the revelation, by what she discovered. And what's happening now is you're being punished. She doesn't trust you. She doesn't believe you. Of course you're arguing. Of course you're fighting because she's hurt and she doesn't know how to deal with and navigate the betrayal. The reason she doesn't trust you is because she doesn't really know who you are and what you're capable of. Because you've been able to keep such a huge secret part of your life.
Right time.
Secret. No, you were being selfish. Because at some point over the course of 2 years, that's something that you had to share. She had every right to know. If she does not want to be in a relationship with someone who has children, that's her choice, that's her right. But you didn't give her the option because she didn't have all the information. And for you, this is your life. This is a part of your family. Your children are. So if you are so afraid in the beginning that someone's not going to like you because you have kids, then that's not the person for you. Because the person who is supposed to be with you is going to accept you and love you for who you are, but you are hiding who you are. You are lying, you are manipulating, you are deceiving. It is the cover-up. No, you weren't trying to wait for the right time because that time came many times over the course of 2 years, Mr. Long.
Yep.
Many times. Even when she figured it out and came to you about it, you lied again. So you weren't trying to wait until the right time because even when that time came, you didn't tell the truth. Because you have to get to the point where you're not going to deny your kids for anyone.
I don't deny my kids, Your Honor.
You denied them for 2 years. Now I want to talk to you, Miss Nollie.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a choice to make. You are staying in the relationship, but if you're going to stay in and just be unhappy and punish him, and keep searching and keep looking because you don't trust him, because you don't believe him, and send countless texts with 35 question marks, asking him where he is, what he's doing, it's not a happy relationship that you want to be in. So you have to decide, is this someone I want to forgive? Is this someone I want to continue to build a future with? Is this someone that I can trust? If those answers are no, then that is your answer. But what you can't do is stay in a relationship where there is no trust and just continue to punish him.
You're correct.
You're not happy, he's not happy. The relationship isn't a good one. So the choice now is really yours. But don't turn and change into some vindictive witch because you are really upset about something that you can never change. My advice to you, frankly, is you can do better at this point in your life.
I agree.
I'm going to order you to pay the 6 months of back rent, sir. That is the least that you can do. You had a secret account. You had the money in the account. You didn't contribute to the rent for those 6 months. And she only paid it because she believed you did not have it. You told her you didn't have it. You lied about that, too. $2,790 judgment in this case for Miss Nollie. Good luck to both of you.
Okay. I think Judge Faith's verdict was awesome. I got what I wanted. I got what I came here for. I'm good.
I do feel wrong about lying to her about my kids, but I feel like it wasn't the right time.
If there's no trust, there's no relationship, and that's why this relationship is done.
It was just a lot going on with my situation. There was a lot going on.
I don't got time to listen
to
his lies. I don't got time.
I'm glad I don't want to be in this relationship either.
I said okay. Okay, I said okay.
No, it's all right, whatever.
Okay.